Hello, beauties. If you have stumbled across this video, it is for a very specific reason. And if you feel comfortable enough to share in the comments what you resonate with, please feel free to do so. I assure you, this is always going to be a safe space. If anyone ever gets on this platform and is sending off negative energy or leaving any type of negative comments, they will be blocked. I never post personal information. However, I feel strongly guided. Like pushed energetically. I feel like I'm being drugged to share. And what I'm going to share is very personal. And I'm a very private person. So bear with me because, sometimes it's just really difficult to share. For me, I'm a Gemini and I communicate very clearly and effectively, but when it comes to my personal life, I really like to keep things kind of private, especially when it involves other people. So with that being said, this Cancer season feels very emotional. And I know that water signs are very deeply sensitive and feeling signs. And I've just been flooded with all of these different thoughts and visions and feelings. And I don't know, I feel like it's just being pushed out into the surface. And one of the things that I've been reflecting on a lot, even leading up into, even leading up into Cancer season, I feel as though I've been working through it and I've been acknowledging and accepting what is. But I've really been paying attention to my manifestations. I'm very good at manifesting. And like I've noticed lower vibrational energy manifests almost instantaneously when my vibrations are low. Those negative things come to fruition really quick. Because to manifest something, all you need is, that thought and that feeling. So, tell me if you can relate, when you've thought about some negative things and it happens immediately. And in that lower vibrational state, I would assume that was intuition and oh yeah, I knew that was going to happen, when in reality, no, that is what I was drawing in based to my fear-based negative thinking. So I've been thinking a lot about family, and majority of my family is deceased, and the only family that I can say I have now are my children. And I was thinking about that, about how when I had my first child, I was young. I had my first child at the age of 19. And my teenage years were just so all over the place. When we're growing up, we're trying to find our sense of belonging, and I never felt like I belonged. And so having all of these feelings of not being accepted, not fitting in, it was I constantly was seeking validation and was trying to make myself fit in environments where like I was never going to fit, and I've just been thanking God for the space that I am in now where I don't care. I am very comfortable, with who I am, how I show up. And I know that there are, it's just it's one of two ways that it's going to go for me. People are going to love me and really enjoy my energy, or they are going to hate me and feel very disturbed by my energy. And that is okay. That is okay. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Everyone around the world does not like the same things, right? And so that's fine. Just saw 555 on the screen. So if you are seeing 555, maybe, that is some sort of significance for you that this change and transformation is about to come in. And I'm going to get to that. But one of the biggest manifestations that I noticed that backfired was the fact that because when I was in that lower vibrational state, wow, I just literally saw like something fly across the screen. Like, let me know if you saw that flashing light go by. Like, my world be weird as hell. So, like, I don't know. But hey, if you resonate with this video, then you may be seeing these things too. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you saw that flash of whatever that was that flew across the screen. But one of the things that I noticed in that lower vibrational state where I didn't love and accept myself, that insecurity and that desire of wanting to be loved had me like involving myself with someone that just was not in alignment with me, yet I didn't care. I'm gonna say, like, even though when you're young and you're being sexually active, you know there's a chance of getting pregnant, but it's like at the same time, that moment, like, you want to just do what you want to do, so you don't care, and I feel like that was the place that I was in. So I really feel like when I had my son, that was purposeful. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that was purposeful. We weren't using protection. I don't even remember, because I'm in my 40s now, y'all. I don't even remember, like, what my birth control method was at that time. I know I had something. But long story short, I felt as though having this baby was going to give me someone to love and someone to truly love me back. And so when I had my first child, I feel like that gave me purpose. That gave me a reason to do my best and to try to show up, the best that I could. And so my children had a very great upbringing, and I made sure that they did not go through many of the things that I went through. So I'm very proud to say that my children have grown up to be adults, and they were never physically abused by anyone. They were never sexually abused by anyone. And that, they were comfortable with giving and receiving love. Now, I've noticed that now that my children are grown, I have one that pays me no mind. I was constantly calling and texting, trying to keep a connection. Now, the other one contacts me daily, several times throughout the day. But I noticed that with my first child, this was the child that I needed for love. And that backfired because that child pays me no mind. And I finally made that connection that because that was something that I desired, and expected for this individual to be, it's just not. And there was no, bad falling out, other than the fact that, now that my vibration is changing, I am noticed 1111 was just on the screen. I am noticing that like, how I want to explain it. I mean, I'm just noticing that it wasn't real. It wasn't authentic. And I'm recognizing that, because I was in that lower vibration, it was like, I don't know, it completely backfired. And over the holidays, one of my kids reached out to the other and was like, "Hey, you need to make sure that you check on mom because it's the holidays. She has no family, so she might be sad." And one of my kids' birthdays is Christmas Eve. And so the response was, "Oh, yeah, it is your birthday. I can do that for your birthday. I can make sure that I go and see her, as a birthday gift to you." Now, I'm in a different space, y'all, and I am requiring genuine love and reciprocity. So that didn't feel good to hear that as a gift to someone else, I would be checked on. Now, I also have been still rebuilding my life from starting over, and making sure that I am earning, a specific, financial amount to sustain myself is a major priority. And so I looked at the holidays as a good time to do that. So when I heard that my child was only going to check on me as a gift to the other, I thought, okay, this isn't genuine. So, and I still want to see my child. So let me reach the financial goal and then spend time with the child. That way, I'm still making sure that I show up for myself, but I'm still allowing, my child to follow through. So when I finished, I went and I contacted my child, and I didn't get an answer. Now, I'm used to this. This is a routine. I don't even take it personal at this point. I continued on about my day. Somewhere, when, I explained to the other child, well, this is what I did because after you shared this is how I felt. That child got mad and reached out to the other and was like, "Hey, why?" And then it's like, "Oh, you're making me the victim, you're making me the villain, and making it seem like I'm such a bad person." And no, None of that was even a thought. But however, it just did not feel genuine. So to me, that was that. Well, this child got upset and said, you know what, I ain't got time for this. um, I'm gonna keep my peace, and said some like very disrespectful things. And I'm a 70s baby. We don't talk crazy to our parents. And but this child did. And I thought, wow, we in a new day and age when a person feels comfortable to be so disrespectful towards someone that is so good to you. And so I just left it at that. I stopped reaching out. I stopped calling. I stopped trying to force. And as a parent, I've been feeling like very conflicted about that. And I know what God has told me about, allowing people to be, and allowing, people's feelings to be valid, regardless as to whoever is right or wrong. So I need to honor my feelings, and I need to let my kid honor their feelings, right? And so I withdrew. But I notice every time I feel like breaking the ice and like confronting my child, being like, whoa, like, how can you behave like this? How can you just pretend I do not exist? Like, how could you speak to me in such a manner and be okay with that? And my other child had told me, yeah, they know, it was wrong, and it was wrong the way, the way I was spoken to. However, mom's the adult. Mom should be the one to call me. And I'm like, no, I deserve an apology. I deserve to be respected. I deserve to be loved. And, I know that a lot of times we excuse people because they have certain titles in our life. And we also, fear death. And we use, the excuse of, oh, tomorrow's not promised. We should make amends. And just disregard the respect and the love that our soul deeply desires, right? Because we all just want to be loved as our authentic self, right? So, it is okay to still love someone and wish them well and pray for things to change, but not to intervene and to allow everyone to have their free will. Because you see, death is inevitable, but death is also not the end. So, when people pass and, someone is left feeling, regret or remorse for things that they haven't said or done, it's not really quite the end. You can still communicate with that soul. You can still heal with that soul. You can still heal with that other individual, even in the living, telepathically, not speaking. We do not have to dishonor ourselves. We do not have to try to tell someone how they should be acting, how they should be responding. It's okay to allow things to be. And so, I just recognize how deeply my soul requires authenticity and genuine love, and that I can unconditionally love people without being in communication with them. Many of the people that, on this spiritual journey, I've had to disconnect from a lot of people. And that does not mean that I do not still have deep love for them. But I have accepted that our paths are not meant to stay in complete alignment. So, I guess I'm sharing all of this to say, if whoever I'm speaking to, if you have someone that you've had to disconnect from, that you have been feeling um, uncomfortable with the separation, know that you can still send love, you can still send messages to this individual without having to speak directly to them, because we are all interconnected. We are all one. We all come from the same source. So there is never a time or distance that will ever fully disconnect us. So I've grown very comfortable and content in this space. But like I said, I am going to love and be loved and, have genuine connections in my life without being forced. Um, One of the things that would stop me, like the way God moves is just miraculous, because when I'm in those deep feelings of wanting to force, I literally will get these videos um, from how they remember the day. And man, I really thought I could control the outcome of others. It is amazing how big our egos are, in trying to shift things that we aren't meant to have control over. Because whenever I would go and try to, do that, I would get these remember the days, and it would be videos of me reaching out to my child, like, hey, haven't heard from you. When are you going to call your mom? And like, I was just really trying to force this connection. And, I pray over my kids daily. I know my kids are well. But also, you have to look at yourself, and you have to reflect on your love. What did you extend out? Were you genuine? And when I asked myself those questions, my love was absolutely genuine. um I know I did a great job as a parent, and I'm still here for my kids regardless as to whatever age they get to. I love them. I'm proud of them. Even though I may not agree, um, whether they're in their ego or not, like, I love how my kids, show up and stand their ground. So it's like, even though things aren't like I expected them to be, everything is as it should be. And so I think it's important that, in your heart that as long as you do well and your intentions are good, everything is perfectly in alignment with how it's supposed to be. Because when you are wanting to draw in healthy relationships, it's important that that's all across the board. I can't say, God, send me, a partner that is going to love and accept me. And, like, I can't ask for healthy relationships if there's something unhealthy within self, right? So, in other words, you can't allow a friend, a family member, a spouse to, mistreat you in any way, shape, or form. and expect for everything else around you to be, healthy and harmonious, right? So I'm giving myself the time and the space to grow, to heal, and to align with, like minded energies. So that means I have to also give that space to others to heal. But that also means that I have to have healthy boundaries in order to do so. So I'm going to keep my healthy boundaries because I know that now I am manifesting healthy relationships. Healthy relationships when it comes to career and finances, healthy relationships when it comes to friendships, healthy relationships when it comes to, family and community. So I don't know who I'm speaking to. I don't know why God put this on my heart to like share this, but be careful what you're manifesting and check your vibrational frequency. Are you manifesting from lower, denser energy? Or are you manifesting on authenticity? So I don't know. Let me know who this resonates with. I don't know. This is a safe space. Feel free to share. If you have not liked and subscribed, make sure you do so that my messages can reach more people. If you feel inclined to do so, because I truly believe that God is going to make sure that the right people see this message. So that is all I have for you for right now. Enjoy your day. Bye, y'all.